shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. V545, I'm smelling blood when the beat ride. Hold up, I'ma pop my shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. I'ma pop my shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. Me and my dogs, we convalesce, cry tears, blood, sweat. Ain't no shame to peel off pain. Brick by brick, we built our name. Flick my wrist and spit out flame. Bitch, I'm rich and without chain. I hit your bitch in the penthouse, man. You fix your lips, trying to dinner our name. I'm playing. I ain't had hoes in 10 whole years. You might have flows, but it's in one ear and out the other. I'm captive coming. You a bitch ass nigga, you slap your woman. I breathe by the code, I track what I wanted, I achieve every goal. Got a hat trick coming. Flow more hard than a fat bitch running. Breathe, bitch, man, fuck tryna flatten your stomach. It's about health, that's wealth these days. Move stealth these days, these niggas don't play. Try to ride me, bitch, I ain't even feeling no way. It's hard out. Matter of fact, my nigga, what's your cash app? I ain't even bringing the laws out. Take this blessing and take this lesson. You ain't gotta judge me, nigga, just ask. If you pat my pockets, you won't find no cash. The white boys at Goldman Sachs got my whole stash. Economy crash, I'm back on my ass again.
Back on my stash again, count my last again, breaking down hash again, ringing over Africans. Nigga, I'm mad. My whole future done turned to the past. I put on that mask, I cut on that stove. I'm weighing up O's, I'm back at your bows. I'm back on the road, back on that mode, back on that road again. Look, I just drove him in. You gotta spin. I only sell by the 10. Please don't fuck up my zen. Pick your strand. With my wrist like Vic, I blend. I need men. My flow crazy. I flow sick like I got rabies. Bitches know the flow can never stop. You need to admit the shit is hot. Where I'm from, it's like a melting pot. MOB, it really spells a lot. Cap keep coming. Wanna get a fix, just hit my number. I can make a $250,000 once I hit that rental. Cash out ready or just hit my Venmo. Feet, fight, foe, fun. Murder, all we holler, red rum. I'ma pop my shit, I don't know who the fuck I'm about to spray. I'ma pop my shit, I don't know who the fuck I'm about to spray. Feet, fight, foe, fun. Murder, all we holler, red rum. I'ma pop my shit, I don't know who the fuck I'm about to spray. I'ma pop my shit, I don't know who the fuck I'm about to spray.
Alrighty. Alright. We've reached the end. I may have rage quit and checked out. These are true statements. Really and truly, my heart hasn't been in it since Canada lost. I think that was around the 16, but there was still some teams I wanted to see play. Predominantly, mostly it was France and Norway, because I actually do really like Erling Haaland and Nusa. I like those two players a lot. I don't dislike Odegaard. He's just not my guy like that. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to come and talk about the World Cup in a general sense, from top to bottom, how I felt about Canada, USA, Mexico, and how we did as host and things of that nature. And whether or not North America should be allowed to ever host another World Cup again, amongst many things. We'll talk about it all. Everything I can remember. Please give me your input. Thank you for the sub, Gojo. My girl Shakira was best of halftime. I never want to see a World Cup host in this country ever again. I actually didn't see the halftime Super Bowl type show they had, because full transparency, more hydration breaks. Hold on. Now that I had my hydration break, I can continue to stream. Nah, man, this is probably one of my least favorite World Cups, personally speaking. I don't think it was bad. I don't want to call it a terrible World Cup, but I definitely think it's one of my least favorites in an overall sense. There was a lot of stories, teams, moments, players, and events that happened that moved me. So let's not go overboard. I'm trying to stay kind of nuanced here, but you see what my problem is? For some reason, I was just talking to my pops about this. For some reason, I can't remember 2014 that well. Brazil, I know Germany won. I know Argentina went to the finals. And I'm pretty sure if I can't remember that tournament that well, 7-1 Brazil losing to Germany, it's probably because those were probably my peak years of Ronaldo fanaticism. You know what I mean? Like me being a super Ronaldo fan. I remember he went into the 2014 World Cup hurt. If memory serves correct, Is it 2018? Is it 2014 or 2018 where he beat Sweden and Zlatan and dragged them there? But he was hurt. And he got grouped. That's the one tournament where Portugal got grouped. I might have, for the most part, mentally checked out after that. Because I don't think France did that well either. I don't know. Anyways, so I don't want to, like... What the hell? There's no way this is dead. Sorry, guys. 1 second. What is going on? You can't be dead. What? Is it dead? That's crazy. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I did not see that coming. I swear I charged both of these to full power. That was very, very strange. Apologies. Should be fine now. Okay, yeah. Anywho, I think the Capo Verde story was beautiful. I think they're the nation that stole the world's hearts, if you will. I'm very much rooting for them for AFCON and for them to be back in the next World Cup and be able to build upon what they could build on. I know Vizinha is already 40, and they're saying there's some South American teams alongside, I think, Inter Miami that want him. So we'll see what happens with them. I think the expansion, so we went from 32 teams to 48. I think overall it worked. I already see that Infantino was trying to make it 64. Please don't do that. I'm not against another World Cup expansion in a few years, but I would say for the next 3 to 4 World Cups, keep the same format. Because another thing that these kind of things do is it messes with records. Like World Cups never used to have this many games, so it's like when I played a World Cup, there was like 5. Maybe 3 group stages and like 4 to 3 rounds. I have less games to get goals, and you guys get more. And this is why when it comes to record keeping, as somebody who's a bit of a history stickler, I think we need to start separating records based on rule changes. So, for example, Champions League top scorer in the new format with the league play should have its own separate list now. Now, I guess it gets muddy if you were a player who's kind of transitioned from one to the other. But, like, I'm even thinking of, like, basketball. Like, if I played without the three-pointer, the three-point line, there should be, like, an all-time scores, assists, whatever the case may be, pre-three-point era. And then post-three-point era. Like, these things really muddy records for me. Like, and if you had more games to kind of break a record, I can't take it the same way, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. World Cup 2014 was my first World Cup experience. I was 10 back in 2014. I don't remember how old I was back then. I'll be honest with you, after seeing how fraudulent Argentina was versus Egypt and Spain, made that Verde game less impressive. I think that's the one team you can't say that, though, because they're not on the map. They're not a highly ranked FIFA team, and it's only in the recent AFCON they did well. Like, there's one team that you can say, hey, I get your general point is Argentina is not impressive. I agree with you. The problem is I can't say that. If I say that, people won't take it well because of who I like. But Capo Verde was a minnow that nobody believed in, and not only did they hold the champions to a 0-0 draw, they qualified. Normally would have qualified for the 32 tournament regardless and came second in their group. So you have to give them credit. And they're the one team that didn't like implode. They just fought the whole game. Every other team went up against Argentina and said, build the wall. Oh, we're scared. Egypt was pussy. Switzerland, Embolo, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Stupid. England, pussy. Their own fault. And it's some extremely easy games to stack stats. I just look at how impressive your stats were relative to your peers. I always am somebody who's going to take everything into context and add historical context. But if you guys have been online long enough to know most people don't do things like that. They're just going to say, what? You only had 4 World Cup goals in your whole career? You're trash. Not taking into context, the group you've been in, how far you've ever gone, the teammates you had around you. I'll do that. People who really like the game will add all the context and historical significance around it to make it make sense. You know what I mean? Let me start with the hosts. What Trump and FIFA did for Balogun, as much as I wanted him to play, was gross and disgusting, which I think really rallied Belgium to put the absolute smack down on them, belt to ass. But I thought overall USA was impressive. I think realistically, you have to say Mexico was the best host nation, best host team. They didn't concede until they lost to England. Though I do think they were gassing the Azteca. They were acting like the Azteca was fucking Kami's Lookout. Like, you're mad high in the sky, the altitude is, the air is thin, you're like tranquilo with that. But that was, to me, one of the best games of the tournament. Then I think you have to say the U.S. Though, personally speaking, I would say the U.S., out of all the host groups, went out the most pathetic. You got help from FIFA and still shoved to a Belgium team that I thought was very beatable for the quality, for the players you had, and you kind of lost badly. I'm not saying the 3-1 loss Canada had to Morocco wasn't bad, but it's one of those games where the score isn't really reflective of how close the match was. Once the game was opened up the way that it was, Canada was willing to take more risks defensively in order to try to score. And then at the very end, I think they got that last second goal. But the score wasn't reflective of how the game went. So I would say Mexico fought the hardest. Canada had the second worst exit, but USA had the worst exit. That's what I would say. But still, I would have to give Canada the bronze medal as far as the come hosts go. But I'm very proud of my country. We made a lot of history. We weren't at full strength. Davies was hurt. Bombito was hurt. Then came back and had to kind of play his way back into shape. And he wasn't as sharp as he usually was. We lost Kone. And we had, we weren't at full power. I would love to see what we could have done there. What I really want Canada to do is actually go and win the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Think that would be a good step forward to show that at least in CONCACAF we are truly top 3 with Mexico and USA, because I don't think Mexico and USA have ever not won the Gold Cup. So I know that's not a popular competition. I get it. I'm not trying to gas it. I don't even watch all the games. I kind of just watch like Jamaica, Canada, USA, Panama, certain teams, but it is a region, so they have their own, little continental tournaments. I'm a Barcelona fan, so I can say it. This Argentina is not impressive. I get your point, though. Egypt choked. England was being England, so fair. Capo Verde played the most respectable game. That's essentially what I'm saying. Yes, my dad and I were not impressed by anything Argentina was doing. And I know when I say that, it comes across the way, so I just don't say nothing more often than not. I just have to keep my mouth shut. But, yes. I missed a lot of matches, but this finale I can say for sure Spain was boxing. They had infinity, LOL. They're not letting Argentina bypass their defense, but I can be wrong. I thought it was a pretty boring final, all things considered, but Spain came to play. They just couldn't finish because a couple missed shots, but they had a lot of shots on goal. But Emi Martinez, he went crazy. He saved a lot of goals. Give him credit, man. Emi Martinez is a very good, very, very competent goalkeeper. Just to explain a little bit here too, I rage quit after France lost to Spain the way that they did. My heart wasn't in the tournament after Canada lost, but I'm like, okay, let me watch Norway. Norway's gone. The only team I really like that's left that has players that I really mess with is France. So I actually stopped watching the games after that. I went back and watched the extended highlights and some coverage and stuff for the games that I missed. But for the last 2 games, I did catch I want to say rerun. Not rerun. Rebroadcast. So TSN here in Canada, actually a couple hours after a match, they'll replay it. They don't replay the entire game, but they pretty much replay about 70% of it. So after watching the extended highlights for England and France, which was a pretty, I think we were gassing it. I think the game was good, but I think we were gassing it a little bit. I actually was able to witness the finale, so I have a lot to say about how ass Argentina was and how initially I should have paid a little bit more attention to the defensive methodology, not just the defensive effort that Spain does, but because of their possession based play, that they were really making it hard for a lot of teams to even play the way that they wanted to play. So and just I just gotta say this one more time. For Lucas Dingy, you bitch ass nigga, I can't believe your dumbass kicked Lamine Yamal like that. It was stupid to do that. Wait for the ball to come down, head it. But as a defender, you not knowing where Lamine effing Yamal is, to me, is an indictment on your lack of awareness. Don't ever come back to France. You're banned for life. Could not believe it. Hate you. But yeah. Solid game. Yamin was very disappointing. He didn't have a great tournament, but he was hurt. I think he tore his thigh before the tournament. I saw the tweet. I was literally asking myself, yo, why isn't I tweeting about the finale? But I remember you were kind of done with World Cup after France. I also was out of town. I was on the beach, 2 hours away from Toronto and Wasaga, so I wasn't around. Just passing by. I do not watch football. I did not watch a single World Cup match, but that being said, rest in peace, piss Argentina, you won't be missed. Corey, W take, absolutely rest in piss. I have mixed thoughts on him. He's Arabic and in Barcelona, so I don't want to hate, but my guy isn't a supreme athlete, and he can get rattled tactically, so he's not always as comfortable as he needs to be. So now I think Mbappe and Haaland are comfortably better. Then Yamal, I never thought Yamal was better than them, but if I say that, I'm a hater because I don't like Barcelona, right? What's up? I will have fun, Corey. Corey, tomorrow, Kubera, I promise I'm back tomorrow. I'm locked in. Just let me get the last vestiges of World Cup-ism out of me, and I'm good. And I'm back. What's up, Lizard? Pizza. Yeah. I don't know. I don't dislike Yamin. I'm just not a Yamin fan, and mostly because he's on Spain and I don't want to get twisted. There's a lot of Spanish players that I like. I like Torres. I actually liked Villa. I have a lot of respect for Busquets. I think Sergio Ramos is hilarious. But Nico Williams is my favorite player on that team, and as far as I'm concerned, he's a major reason why they won that game. I think he played absolutely phenomenal. I love Nico Williams. So the fact that he was a major contributor, he had the assist to Ferran Torres. By the way, Torres getting the one to get the game-winning goal for the World Cup final is hilarious to me after how we kind of started the tournament and how we kind of ended the season. But that all being said, we were saved from the nasty discourse from Argentina winning. Messi would have got the Ballon d'Or if they did. Oh, absolutely. And he still somehow ended up in the top 3. Yamin got some time to go. I respect the Spanish players. I respect the way Spanish players play the game. That's fair. For me, it's personal, right? I've always made it clear when it comes to Spain. It's not I don't hate them the way I actually hate Argentina or Italy. I hate them. I don't like anyone for the most part. You know what I mean? I played with a Greek and Spanish team growing up, and a lot of the players and my friends were Spanish. So when Spain went through their international three-peat, so 2008 Euros, 2010 World Cup, and 2012, Euros again, I had to hear the chatter, the chit-chatter. I didn't get a day of peace. So that's more of a personal anecdotal thing for me. So I'm just tired of seeing Spain win, and Spain has knocked out a lot of teams that I've cared about a lot in my life. They've beaten France the last 3 times I've watched them play. I like France so much, I watched them in the Olympics. And the Olympics, when Thierry Henry was the coach and Elise and Mateta and Doué were there, I think Doué was there, they lost in the finals to Spain. They lost to Spain in the Nation Leagues. They lost to Spain in the Euros. Spain has beaten Portugal many times. And I don't like Portugal as a team, really. I just like Ronaldo. I was a Quaresma guy, Nani guy, and Pepe guy, and oh my God, who am I forgetting? Renato Sanchez, that was his name. Renato Santos. I liked him too. Like, there's players that I like, but I've never really cared for the nation. I just kind of was rooting for Ronaldo, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's football won. Congrats to Spain. If you're Spanish or anything, congrats to you. You know, celebrate, have a great time. I lost this World Cup badly, so I'm gonna try again in 4 years in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. But yeah, I lost. But at the end of the day, Argentina not winning is, I'll take it. With all due respect, I do not think the Golden Ball this year should be debatable. The Ballon d'Or, to me, can only really go to one person. That's just me personally. Maybe you disagree. Rodri's name being in there is crazy to me. Lamine Yamal's name being there is wild to me. Mbappe's name being like top 5 makes sense, but he shouldn't win it. Like, there was somebody in who has. That's crazy, bro. You can't score 73 goals in a year and not get the Ballon d'Or. That's ridiculous. Ronaldo and Lewandowski haven't even done that. Ronaldo's highest score this season is 69, bro. And he has other goal contributions. He has like 80-something goal contribution. There's no way he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or this year. There's no way. If Harry Kane doesn't get it, it just confirms what I think about this award. It's absolutely bullshit. It makes no fucking sense. And they just give it to whoever they want to give it to, whatever year. So there's no way you get 70-something goals and you do not get the Ballon d'Or. That's crazy to me. Sorry. Harry Kane deserves it. Yeah, Yamin's not that athletic, is what I noticed. He needs to maybe get a little bit faster. He doesn't have like burst to get away from defender. I noticed he beats his defenders multiple times on a take-on. The right middle point between Brazil and the German style of playing. I'm happy. Yeah. Neither Lamine. Yeah, neither of them deserve it. The only Italian I guess is Maldini, probably the greatest Italian player, which is funny because he's the opposite of the playing style of old Italy in terms of physicality. I hear you, but I'm gonna go with Balotelli because I like black people. I don't think there's a candidate that I would feel good about winning it. I would because he has 70-something goals for the season and like 80-something goals. Actually, Lizard, if you don't, you're a Bayern guy. How many goal contributions does Kane have? He didn't have a bad World Cup campaign. He played well. He scored, I think, 6 goals. He might have had an assist or 2. Luis Diaz, and Olise went absolutely berserk throughout Bayern's campaign. I get it. They didn't lift the UCL, but he's got like 80-something to like 90 goals. Like, there's no competition in my opinion. I still felt the year where Haaland won the treble and Messi got the World Cup. Haaland probably should have gotten it, but I'm not mad at that one because I guess Haaland wasn't even in the World Cup to have a second campaign to add to whatever he did for the club season. But listen, we were saved from. Okay, can we talk about the finals, please? Because I can't believe. No, I can believe it, but why did Argentina say this isn't football, this is wrestling, UFC? To me, that was worse than what Paraguay did against France. That was disgusting. They were completely out. They were physically inferior, tactically inferior. They were skillfully inferior. So they just started to fucking cheat. Elbows, punches, just diving. It was absolutely, utterly disgraceful and shameful. And if Emi Martinez didn't have the heroic game that he had, and maybe Spain in that game had a little bit more end product, that would have been like a 4-0 thrashing. It was disgusting. And the truth of the matter is, they've been doing it all tournament. It's just funny to me, the moment they had to face a FIFA ranked team that was like top 10. It's not this ain't Jordan. This ain't Austria. Did they face Algeria? I don't remember. This ain't Algeria. This ain't I respect Capo Verde, but still, this ain't Egypt. This ain't Switzerland. You have to face a real team, and look what happened. Those old fucking South American bastards are trash. They're not good. I was not impressed the entire tournament by what they were doing, personally. That's just me. I wasn't. It didn't move me. I felt like a lot of teams choked their lead, Capo Verde aside. They have my respect. Or did something stupid like Embolo's dumbass dive. Couldn't believe he did that stuff. Choked the game away, gave the game away. Because for some reason they were so fucking afraid of Argentina. And then when they finally faced a team that wasn't afraid of them and was actually ranked well, look what happened. Completely and utterly outclassed. And honestly, as far as I'm concerned, they effectively were playing with 9 people. Messi does not do anything but walk for half the game, and then he picks a moment and it's something great. I'm not taking away the Messi moments, but in my opinion, you should have took him off that game. That was not the game to keep Lionel Messi on. You took him off in Copa America, so you know you could win a game. You could win a finals without him. It happened in Copa America. His ankle was swollen. You took him out. You actually needed like 10 players who can actually press and go behind the ball. Like, I think his numbers are fooling with people with how good he was this tournament, because he did score a lot and drop, I think, at the end of it, 3 to 4 assists, but he wasn't good. He wasn't good this tournament, in my opinion. VOD Merchant made it to the stream again. What's up? Yeah, they were desperate. They're usually decent at most attributes, but nothing special. Yeah, Messi snitching was hilarious. And Cucurella was just telling him that he got hit in the lip. Do you have any advice so I can get my basic football knowledge up for the next World Cup in 2030? If there was a player that really moved you this tournament, I would urge you to go find what club they play for and watch them in their club season. So let's say you like Yamal or Mbappe or something, go watch Barcelona, go watch Madrid, go watch. If Vitinha moved you or Dembele, go watch PSG. Watch the season. I can actually send you a few videos that kind of explains it for dummies, for noobs, for beginners in general, just to kind of acclimate you with the different competitions and stuff like that. But you could just start with any of the top 5 leagues. Most people probably tell you to watch the Premier League, but I'd say maybe La Liga. But yeah, hit my DM and hit my DM, because I will forget after this stream, and I'll kind of show you what to do. But I would say, yeah, pick a player, because that's what I did. Like, I saw the World Cup and I really liked Thierry Henry, so I started watching Thierry Henry, especially when he went to Arsenal. And then that's how I got initiated with the Premier League and stuff. And then I would see the other teams play in the UCL. And then when Ronaldo started to rise in Manchester United, then I switched my allegiance shamelessly to him. And then that's kind of how I got my knowledge up slowly. So don't rush. Don't feel like you have to learn all the history that people have known for years in like the span of 4. Just watch, enjoy, and learn it slowly and build up your knowledge. So yeah, just a heads up, your loved World Cup Mbappe expect to be supported in the World Cup level. It's the club level. Oh yeah. I mean, he still plays well individually. It's just he needs to mesh with the team better. He really does need to mesh with the team better. I felt called out by your Messi tweet. I will hold that. Which one? If it's the Cameroonian one, wait, wait, hold on. Are you Cameroonian? Was it that tweet? It wasn't that one, was it? Or was it the I like Messi? The I like Messi only defense? That one? Because if it's that one, listen. I've been observing slowly, because people are like, no, he's like Messi's team. Like, but I'm like, if you're the leader, you're the captain, and they will all die for you and play for you. And I saw him literally just look at Paredes, just fight everybody. He just looked at them. No, chill, tranquilo, calma, que mira, bobo. What are you doing? Look at that. What are you doing? No, none of that. Not what do you? Yo, let's win. Let's lose with some grace. Let's not be sore losers. Didn't see any of that from him. And as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the antics and tactics that I saw from him are just as bad as what his teammates are doing. So as far as I'm concerned, the I just like Messi, I don't like the Argentinians is not all cops. It's the same argument as not all cops to me. It's the exact same thing. It doesn't move me. I don't want to hear it anymore. Just tell me you like him and that you don't care about all the other stuff. And that's fine. You don't have to care. It's like people like, oh, you like Ronaldo, he's an asshole. So I don't give a fuck that he's an asshole. Kobe's an asshole. I don't give a fuck that Kobe's an asshole. If you're that good, I think you could be that arrogant. It doesn't bother me. I'm not picking and choosing. I'm not calling them good people. I'm just telling you I don't give a fuck. So that, oh no, he's not like the rest of them. That doesn't fly for me no more, bro. To be fair, it's also not all cops. My point is, if I'm the good cop and I'm watching all the bad cops be bad cops and I'm not actually doing something, I'm a willing bystander. I am in some way, shape, or form complicit. The argument doesn't work for me. If I watch someone's ass get beat and I could have helped them, I mean, ultimately it wasn't my fault. You got your ass beaten, but I could have helped you. I'm a bystander. I'm just watching it happen. I could have helped. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, my low ball knowledge was wondering why Messi wasn't going real crazy in this finale. He's 39. He's actually old as shit. He's really old. And I think throughout the tournament, the wear and tear started to hit him. Pat actually admitted this to me because I don't watch the MLS or Saudi, right? So Pat was basically like, the truth of the matter is all Messi is doing in the MLS is resting for international tournaments. He doesn't have the MLS level is way too low for him. His teammates are way too good to the point where all he's doing in Major League Soccer is he's pretty much walking around scoring like goals or whatever and free kick goals, but he's actually kind of building his MP and HP. Boom, Copa America. He's got all the energy in the world because he's not expending it in like Barcelona or something. All right, MLS, HP and MP going up. Boom. Now I can unleash it all in the World Cup. As much as I don't respect the Saudi League either. Let me be honest with you guys. Like, I'm not a stickler for only European leagues are good. I think a lot of the South American leagues and stuff, things of that nature are really good. I have respect for like the Dutch league and stuff like that. But Ronaldo has like I think the Saudi league is at least 4 teams top heavy. So it's not like a guaranteed win for him. So he still actually he only has 2 trophies in Saudi. If I remember correctly. I think he got like the Arab something cup, King's Cup or something like that, and then he finally won the league. So he's actually still kind of competing. So my point is he's not as fresh, but he's also older and relies way more on athleticism than Messi ever had to. So obviously he's going to look worse. Still the best player in the world, but he's still disappointing. Who, Mbappe? All benefits from other Argentinian players playing that way. He benefits from other Argentinian players playing that way. He does, actually, but I don't know. I wouldn't. I care about how I win. That's just me, though. I do. I can't win. If, like, it's to the point, like, if I felt like a governing body was helping my team win or a referee was skewing the game in my favor, I wouldn't like it. It wouldn't feel like a win to me. So I wouldn't drive with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a really bad finals by Argentina. I think they were really bad. So don't and Lionel Scaloni. Oh, my heart is broken. Shut up. Take those fucking crocodile tears the fuck out of here, bitch ass nigga. Enzo. I don't think you could come back to England. I love English people. All the people in my house who cook and clean for me are English. Do these niggas have brain cells that function in their head? What? Why would you say so stupid? So dumb. Just dumb. Yeah, Mbappe is still both disappointing at the club level while still the best in the world. I don't know that I think he's a disappointing at the club level. I know a lot of you guys don't respect Ligue 1, but he fucking completely dominated France for a long time. And he was great at Monaco before we went to PSG. He's been trophyless in the years that he's come. I think his play style and his lack of tracking have absolutely disrupted Real Madrid's rhythm. But at the end of the day, he's still putting up world-class numbers. But I kind of hear you. He doesn't move me at Madrid. I'm with you. At Madrid, I'm not moved by him. You know what I mean? I actually preferred him in PSG in a lot of ways. And then PSG, and him leaving PSG and them winning 2 UCLs is not a great look for him. So I feel you. But World Cup Mbappe is different. Euros Mbappe is not even this cold. But when the World Cup hits, that nigga's, he hits a different, like, I don't know. It's weird. Took me like 15 minutes to verify my email. I had to listen to this Messi slander and silencing that couldn't reply. And I also have like I feel very strongly about niggas who cape for Messi. There's something about it that I don't like. It's just nasty to me. But go ahead, defend your glorious king. Him and Vinny do not mesh. Yeah, but make it work though. A Jude needs to be able to have a more advancing role, bro. Stop having him back there doing all the dirty work. I didn't see a single colored person in the Argentinian crowd because Argentina eradicated all the black people they've ever had that integrated at one point, sent them to Brazil. They cleansed them. And yeah, and they also took in a lot of Nazis. It's a very racist nation, which is why, again, as a black person, how could you root for Argentina? It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I don't. But hey, that dictator memes have been feeding me. I love them. They're actually hilarious. And the fact that the French team kind of embraced them was funny to me. But I do think France ultimately ended their World Cup with a whimper, not a bang. Give them credit. They were down 4-0, and they kind of made it the game again. Ended up losing 6-4 against England, but I wasn't impressed by that showcasing either. And then Harry Kane didn't play, but Mbappe played, so he can score 2 goals and win the Golden Boot. Respect, I guess. He would have actually still won the Golden Boot. I think he was worried Messi might score a goal or 2 in the finals, but I think if I remember correctly, he would have still won the Golden Boot. No, maybe not. I think they were actually equal on assists at that point. I know if like, let's say me and KG both have 8 goals, but KG has 4 assists to my 1, I think he gets the Golden Boot. So yeah. Seeing Arabs celebrating Argentina beating Egypt had me physically ill. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm watching people who are like, listen, my name is African. You know what I'm saying? My name is Ghanaian. I'm Caribbean and West Indian at the end of the day, right? But I'm watching people who are literally African rooting for Argentina to beat Capo Verde. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's crazy to me. That's wild. That is mad wild to me. So I feel you. There's too many points to address, but I feel like the moment is gone now. LOL. Has a Messi day rider. Rodri Ballon d'Or is the only sensible answer, even if Messi won the cup. I don't think Rodri deserves a Ballon d'Or. He didn't have a good year. He had a good World Cup, but it's not about having a good World Cup. You have to, you know what? We'll just see what happens. If Rodri wins it, what can I say? Because even the year he won it, I kind of would have given it to Vinny personally. But again, this isn't a. I'll talk to you about the Ballon d'Or, but it's not an award that I would take seriously. Because even in my opinion, Messi and Ronaldo have too much. If I was running it, I think Messi would have 6, Ronaldo would have 4. It wouldn't be 8-5. I think it would have been 6-4. Now, and I'm not talking about the year Frank Ribery was crying for it. I don't know why he thought he deserved it in 2013 so fucking badly, but anywho. It's like the MVP in basketball a little bit to me. I just don't take it that seriously. Jude's gonna watch that temper, man. I think the edge helps him. I think the edge helps him a little bit, but you're right. He has to harness it differently. Almost, what's the saying they have in Japan? Keep a cool head but a hot heart, like fiery in the gut, but keep your sense, keep your composure. I won't lie to you, Jude reminds me of me a lot when I was younger. Because I promise you, the Spanish national team has way more class than I did. Because I promise you, at the end of that game, we were having a Royal Rumble. I was going to beat every single nigga. I don't even care if you weren't in the fight. Messi's over there standing, I'm punched him in the face too. Everyone's getting it. I'm getting banned from the next 6 international games. I'm getting a red card. I'm getting banned. But We already won the World Cup. You can't take it. You can't take it from us. I'm beating your ass, Paredes. I'm beating your ass, Enzo. I'm beating your ass, Lionel. I'm beating your ass. The coaching staff, all of them are getting. I'm beating everyone's fucking ass. And then I'm going to their bus and I'm slashing the tires. I'm not a good person. Don't follow in my footsteps. I don't believe in taking the higher road. I will dive. I will go to hell. I will dive in the mud and dig through the earth until I'm in hell. That's how low I'm willing to go. So I'm not the one. I'm a crash out. I am a crash out. I think it's even worse than the NBA MVP. It would, for sure it is, because FIFA and UEFA and stuff are super corrupt. Like that battle gun thing still blows me. I can't believe they did that. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy for me to say Jude is too light skinned for me to take his anger seriously. Is it crazy? That's funny as hell. That's funny as fuck. Listen, I don't know. We'll have to see if it's real someday. If he fucks somebody up, then you have to take it seriously. But yeah. Man. But yeah, I gotta say though, America, hydration breaks. I don't want you guys to host the World Cup again. So someone explain to me what happened during the finals halftime show thingy. I didn't see it because I didn't watch it live. And when I was watching the rebroadcast, they skipped that entire part. I heard it was half an hour of performances. Did I see that Tom Cruise was there? Tom Cruise is an actor. What is he even doing on stage? Is he gonna do some stunt from Mission Impossible? What the hell is that about? I didn't see it. And you weren't going to ruin my World Cup experience by making it the Super Bowl. It's not the fucking Super Bowl. Shakira was the best one. Shakira's been running it since Waka Waka A from 2010. I think it was South Africa. When they go low, they will find my foot there waiting for their nuts. Nia Hemmings, exactly. I wasn't the person to take the high road. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Tom Cruise gave a corny American speech. Yeah, see, the game's gone, blood. Game's gone. Can't agree with that. Can't agree with it. Yeah, so I'm happy I skipped all of that, but this might have been overall my least favorite World Cup from what I can remember. Again, I don't remember Brazil that well. I don't think it was bad. I didn't hate it. You're right. They turned into soccer. For real. But it's not one of my favorites. So I'm hoping for better later on in life or whatever the case may be. For Morocco, was it what are they calling it? Yalla something? I don't know. For Morocco, Portugal, Spain, let's hope for better. I also need to talk about VAR. And it's unfortunately it's not something that's just a football issue, but the inconsistency with how they use this fucking thing is driving me insane. And the spirit of and what offside really means to me is being ruined by VAR. Where I have literally told you guys I've seen someone's jersey be offside. Because it wasn't tucked in and the wind blew, and because before he turned his jersey was slightly back more, he got called for an offside, and I was just like what are we doing? Lukaku, dick offside. What game was it where someone's toe was just poking out of that little thing me? I'm like, bro, what are we doing? And then there's times where I think something egregious happens that at least deserves a check. Nothing. The smallest thing happens to a certain player or a certain team, certain country. Oh, what's that? You stepped on his toe? Why do you act like he got shot by a shotgun? That taking back that Nico Williams goal to me was crazy. Was insane to me. And I'm like, are they really going to try to rob Spain too? Because at the end of the day, it's the ref's discretion. And personally, for me, I'm not calling those things. I'm not saying, I probably wouldn't be able to be a ref in the VAR era because I'd be like, bro, I'm not calling him offside because his fucking meat. I'm not doing that. Goal. Oh, I'm like, bro, listen. I missed the play, and a whole entire build up tactics, great passing, and run happened, and Egypt scored a goal. I'm not going back an entire minute. I missed it. It is what it is. Because you know what makes me fucking sick? You know what this shit pisses me off? Hold on. Nick Wright actually brought a good point about it. He said if this technology was available when the rules were being created, would they be what they are today? The spirit of the law versus the literal letters of the law. Nick Wright brought up this point about like VAR specifically. It's interesting. Does he watch football? That's interesting. Can you explain short what people mean by FIFA being corrupted? Is it like they're being biased towards Argentina? FIFA has actually literally been like caught, like been investigated by governing bodies, like I guess the FBI or whatever the case may be, and have been caught cheating, match fixing. So basically, hey, we want Portugal to go through. Skew the calls in Portugal's favor. FIFA does a lot of corruption like this. So I'll give you the best example of this tournament that I can think of. Florian Balogun, in my opinion, got an undeserved red card, but at the end of the day, he got a red card. When you get a red card, Gojo, you're banned for the next game. Trump asked FIFA to look into it, and somehow his red card it's on his record, but they suspended him for that. And thus, he was able to play against Belgium when he was not supposed to by the letter of the law, so to speak. FIFA, to me, is corrupt in general, and so is UEFA. But to me, in this tournament, they seemed very Argentina biased. A lot of people saw it in Qatar 2022. That was the one year where I'm not sure that I saw it the same way other people did. But there was a lot of favoritism, I would say, going for a lot of Argentinian calls. You can call it coincidence. You can call it not coincidence. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Some people are way too into the conspiracy side of things and lean way too far into it and take it too far, in my opinion. But I will always say this. The worst thing that we did for sports that was going to obviously make things be a lot more blatantly corrupt was gambling. I think gambling is degenerate. Sorry. I don't care if it's DraftKings, Prize Picks. I don't know the rest of them. But to me, gambling is degenerate. And allowing legal gambling in sports like this, to me, has made me look at a lot of sports and I'm like, this doesn't even seem implicit to me. It's explicit. This seems like a blatant, like fucking Shea Alexander just twerking backwards and getting foul shots. Like, and I don't dislike Shea, but I'm like, now to me, I'm kind of seeing what other people are seeing. You know what I mean? But for a very long time, FIFA has had a favoritism of Messi. I don't know how they feel about the Argentines in general. It might just be a trickle-down effect. But Gojo, you can find a video from about 2013 or so of the former FIFA president openly mocking Ronaldo and calling Messi a good boy or the best boy ever that every mother would want to raise, something like that, and said Ronaldo's the captain of the people, and like mocked him. This is the leader of a governing body of like this is like being the commissioner of the NBA or being Roger Goodell of the NFL, and you took a very biased stance in favor of one player. So to me, in that moment, I was seeing something that a lot of people refuse to see. When it comes to the Ronaldo and Messi debate, I'm not delusional. I think Messi's the GOAT. And I think that's the thing that people don't give me credit for. I'm not a weird Ronaldo fan. I've always been very honest about him and very honest about his play, the same way that I actually used to be a bad Kobe fan. I've tempered it in my years. I admit, I was a bad Kobe fan once upon a time. I was bad. But over the years, I've kind of come, even keeled into the center, not at either side of the spectrum. My problem has always been how the media covers both players. Ronaldo has to force FIFA to recognize what he's done. Messi will just get it because he's already the media darling for them. And that's what I've never really liked about the two players. I will see pundits. The only people I find that kind of defend Ronaldo and though they go too far are the players who really played with him, like Rio, Roy Keane sometimes, Paul Scholes, like players like that who really played with him. Maybe like a Marcelo, I think run maybe a little extra defense where I'm like, okay, this kind of seems a little much, but to me, the way that the media generally covers the both of them has been very different. I never liked that. So that's always been my biggest issue between those two in particular. I feel a little bit similar. I felt that way for a while about Haaland, but then they started going after Haaland like he doesn't even. He's not a part of the build-up and blah, 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 and yada, yada. I'm like, bitch, he's giving you 50 goals a season. What more do you want? He's a striker. Leave him alone. So, yeah. Boy, how do you even start the FIFA corruption origins? We could be here for hours. It's that bad. It's that deep-rooted. It is. I would say not to focus on their favoritism for maybe Argentina, but just know that they have been caught blatantly cheating, match fixing, trying to skew things a certain way, going like behind the scenes to give teams more money, less money, whatever it is. Like they've been caught a lot too, like, and charged. Like on file, on paper, by the law, you can go and look up times where FIFA has been fined or lost cases. They're that bad. He gambles on football quite a bit, apparently, so he's actually someone who watches football, which is more than most American sport outside of the World Cup. Interesting, okay. Damn, I can understand the frustration from football fans. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, it's just bad. It's really bad. And I think gambling made it worse. If the president can just say that he can't get red cards, what's the point of football then? The problem is if we replace him, they want to put, was it Al Khalefi, whatever, the guy from PSG I saw was a possible. You can't put him there. I don't even know. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix it. But FIFA, I don't think UEFA is any better, by the way, but they're a little less shameless, I would say. Funny thing is that super old players like Maradona and Pele don't fuck with Messi like that, but the ones who played against Messi and Ronaldo really hate Ronaldo, and now they're the big figures in sports media. Yeah. I disagree with the Ronaldo media depiction. There's many reasons and just and unjust to why the reader treats Ronaldo how to compare. One example would be their personality. CR7 is bound to garner media attention and scrutiny, rightly or wrongly. Is there a video essay on this on YouTube? Probably. Yeah, Ronaldo's openly, he's vocal and arrogant and stuff like that, which I guess you could say, but that isn't, to me, it's wrong still. Like, you being a little bit egotistical doesn't mean you should be treated differently. And for someone to openly mock one player as the head commissioner of FIFA and then praise the other one, to me, is blatantly terrible for your league. I'm not saying you can't have favorites or whatnot, but if I'm the commissioner of the NBA, I'm not showing any player or any team any favoritism. Not LeBron, not Luka. I don't care who you are. I'm running my league properly. I'm running my league objectively, impartial, and without bias. That's my issue. But at the end of the day, the thing about Ronaldo is you can't deny his influence just because he's the people's champ. And regardless of how much the media has tried to make people hate him, we love him. He's absolutely beloved around the globe, and to me that's a testament to how much the people are stronger than the media. So I think we need to remember that too, and that's for other things too, like politics or whatever. Like the media can spin stuff however they want, but if we the people don't believe it and we move our own ways, we're stronger than the media. So yeah. I'll be honest with you, neither of Messi's and Ronaldo's personalities are captivating enough to garner that much hate. They're just world class of the world class in football. I agree with you because I feel like Ronaldo got defensive over the years, which is why he came across that way, because the media was always coming at him. But yeah, I don't really get the Messi love or Ronaldo hate. I think the Messi love just comes from, at the end of the day, he's so fucking talented. He's so good at the game of football. You know what I mean? Like, you can't deny his passing genius, his dribbling genius, his ability to score. Like, the boy's good. I say the boy's good. He's older than me. The man's good. Like, you can't take that away from him. For me, his story has never moved me. And that's why I've never been a Messi. I actually don't like how he looks. Again, he's Argentinian. I'm not a fan of the Argentinians in general or the nation. I don't like Barcelona. So there was a lot of things just working against him in general. Barca, Bayern, and PSG are three teams I've never really liked ever in my life. And then Italy and Argentina are two nations I never really liked. And I forgot. Let me come back to this for 1 second, because this is something that pisses me off too. Because here's what I wanted to say about the VAR thing too, right? Maradona literally gets praised for punching a ball. That fucking crackhead. He's a coke addict and was bought by the mafia. I don't know why this nigga is so legendary. But you know what? He kind of dragged a team to the World Cup by himself. Fair enough. And Napoli. Cool. You punched the hand of God? Like, I'm actually sick. Like, the shit like this makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Like, we're really gonna praise punching the ball in the goddamn net and be like, oh my God, no. You should have never, I don't know, maybe you still beat England. Maybe you still win. But that goal should have been disallowed, and you should have gotten a red fucking card. That is ridiculous to me. I'm just not with it. I'm Pele lying. I scored 1,500 goals. Okay, it was 13. No, nigga, you didn't score no 1,000 goals in official matches like that. Stop lying. That shit's not on tape, bro. This is like Wilt when people like they don't believe it's a 100-point game. Can't get mad at that. I think it happened actually, because I think he just hogged the ball and took 58 shots, and his teammates started helping him out. But the hand of God, shit like that boils my blood, because I'm like, we're really praising this? This is good for the game? That makes no sense to me. Ultimately, the media pick and choose who they want to support. It's true. There's not really a method to it. Ryan Giggs was the people's hero in England even after the fuckery he did with his brother's wife. I forgot about that. That's like when I reminded Pat about Courtois and KDB. He's like, I forgot that happened. I'm like, I've always wondered if that's always made the national team in Belgium a little bit weird. Yo, Ronaldo's English got better. He did a whole post-game interview. Like CR7, his English has always been pretty solid. I mean, he lived in Manchester for a few years. English has been good. I guess you're saying it's even better now. I actually thought he got worse a little bit in Madrid or Juventus and had to get it back. But yeah. I get loving his game, but being called a good boy and perfect son, like, come on. I know it's disgusting. Chilo Maradona, he's still the greatest Argentinian team performer to this day. The hand of God is actually discussing dick riding. I'm not trying to deny Maradona's talent. I just think he gets more credit than he deserves. I still think you have to give Messi the greatest Argentinian of all time, but some of them still think it's Maradona. Maybe it's the attitude. Maybe it's the Argentinian way of doing things and being a crackhead. I saw Bam score 83 points. That's all the proof I need for the Wilt. You know what? Fair enough. If Bam could do it, Wilt absolutely did that shit. Fucking Bam Adebayo. Can I actually? If I do this, will they copyright me? I'll keep it like this. I watched a video that kind of explained a lot, like why players like a Kobe and like a Ronaldo and certain players move me. Like, I don't necessarily gravitate to the GOAT or best player. Like, a lot of my favorite players in certain sports or whatever the case may be aren't necessarily the GOAT. Like, if I tell you my top 10 favorite players of all time, in NBA, you're going to see Joakim Noah. And you're probably be like, what? But I like Joakim, and I don't really care about all that other stuff. Messi is the greatest Argentinian player, but Maradona played in the better Argentinian team. Fair, okay, if you say so. And I think for me, what really, really, really moves me and motivates me and captivates me and adds to your like mythos is somebody who really works hard and sacrifices a lot. What's the one thing you always hear, whether you like him or not? What's the one thing you always hear about CR7? First to practice, last to leave, maniacal about what he puts in his body. He spends a lot of money on his body, works out like a maniac. His recovery, things of that nature, doesn't go out as much, didn't party as much with some of his players, didn't drink as much or eat crap, like just puts blood, sweat, and tears in. And while he was talented when he was younger, he wasn't even necessarily the most talented Portuguese player around him. Quaresma was seen as a little bit better than him at the time. And there's someone I'm not remembering right now. And I remember he didn't, and like to me, when you're really good, you kind of really you start playing around 16, for real, 16, 17, like Yamin. And Yamin was already kind of touted as the next coming of Spanish Messi, La Masia Messi, whatever you want to call it. Messi was already the Messiah. People were salivating about Messi's talent when he was like 8 years old. Like 8 years old. The opposite of a certain Brazilian GOAT. I disagree. None of those teams in Maradona and Pele's day can hold a candle to these modern days teams. I'll be real. The defenders in the 90s were smoking and drinking beer. You got defenders these days that are running like trying to strikers. I thought he meant better Argentinian team in terms of maybe aura. I don't know if he meant skillfully. If KG meant in terms of skill, I think he's wrong. I don't think that team. Didn't Maradona have to carry that team? Who else was there? But I'm with you with that. But stories move me because like again me like I'm athletically gifted. So I could have probably I don't even know if the aura thing is true. I couldn't tell you. I don't know, nor do I care. But like Messi was already like really good. But the thing about Messi that I don't like that people say about him is that actually he didn't work hard. Pep Guardiola really helped him strengthen his thighs, his core, and because he's a little bit shorter, he's sneakily very athletic. He had great acceleration, especially with the ball at his feet, where he can kind of just burst quickly and kind of slow back down and burst quickly and slow back down. Obviously, he's got the greatest left foot of all time. And his core and center of gravity is so strong that even when center backs who are twice his size are trying to take him down, Messi doesn't fall that easily. So I think his work ethic and his athleticism and actually his mentality just to like win are three things that I think people underrate about him. But Ronaldo's story is a story that I could relate to, that I could root for. Nobody believed or thought you would be the greatest player in the world at some point, or get 5 Ballon d'Ors, win 3 trophies for Portugal, 5 UCLs, 3 back-to-back, all those things, all the individual and team accolades you've got. That wasn't necessarily in his destiny. He forced himself into that conversation and then refused to kneel to anybody under any circumstance, and I can respect that. I remember when he was skinny, scrawny, spots on his face, braces, the little dyed twin, whatever. All right, now he's been in the Prem for a little bit. Now he's muscled up. 23 goals for the season finally. Okay, we're getting a little bit of end product. The next year comes. Val Nistelrooy is gone now. Alex Ferguson. Whoa, my brain is. Ferguson bets on the next generation. I think Tevez is coming, but Rooney and Ronaldo. Ronaldo's out for a little bit, and after he trains with one of the coaches, and the art of being clinical, being a poacher, a fox in the box. You love to score beautiful goals, Ronaldo, but I think if you do less trickery, remember he used to be a midfielder too, and then a winger. Do less trickery and focus on end product, I think you could score 40 goals. What happens? One of the 3 greatest Premier League seasons of all time. Wins the Ballon d'Or, UCL, all of that in 2008. Then we see him in Madrid slowly, especially after his injury, transition into a pure striker now. He's not a winger. He's not really coming off the left like that all the time. Now he's more central. Now he's really like a poacher, fox in the box, whatever the case may be. But he could still score a long-range strike like nobody's business. I've watched his tendonitis actually fuck up his free kick technique. His free kick technique after about 2015 just deteriorated over time. Where I think he stopped being good at free kicks or direct free kicks, in my opinion. His trajectory went the opposite direction it should have went. So when you watch somebody build themselves and reinvent themselves and work that hard and make all of those sacrifices and kind of devoid themselves, like, see me, I'm gonna have a taco, motherfucker. I'm gonna have a taco. I'm gonna eat some candy. I'm not doing that. I'm not living a joyless life just for a sport. But I respect someone who can. And I know Kobe would just be in the gym nonstop, working. And frankly, I believe if Ronaldo and Kobe don't work that hard, they don't reach the heights that they reached. Yes, they were gifted. Yes, they were talented. And yes, they, had potential to be as great as they were, but that wasn't handed to them. They had to take that by force. And that's why his story has always inspired me more than someone like LeBron. I get to give LeBron and Messi credit. Chosen one, the Messiah. You lived up to that hype. That's great. Good for you. But you've already felt chosen. And I don't know that moves me. Like Steph Curry, not the biggest, not the most athletic. But what did he work on? His skills and his long-range three-pointer. I could respect that, like that resonates with me in a way that someone else's story doesn't. And we're all different. We come from different walks of life. We're all socialized differently. So different stories will move different people. But I'll always be a Ronaldo guy because of the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears and how I've watched him over the years. But again, I respect Messi. I like players like Maldini. Thierry Henry's my second favorite. Zidane and Jokic, I guess you could. Hold on. I guess you can call them sophisticated, classy players in terms of their playing style, which is funny because I am a brute force type of player. I do respect people like Kobe Ronaldo. They were graceful, elegant, ran like a gazelle, kind of. I get what you're saying. I feel you. No, I meant that Maradona played better in the Argentinian uniform than Messi. I didn't give an opinion on the teams. Oh, okay. Like individually, I guess you could say across his entire tenure. Is that what you're saying? Messi used to have the athleticism of a 5'9" slot wide receiver, sneaky good acceleration, and amazing footwork. Now Messi works hard, not just as documented as Ronaldo's work ethic. It's almost like when people say Kobe was a hard worker because of how vocal he was. That doesn't mean other players didn't work hard. If you get, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. In a nutshell, Messi is Urek, where Ronaldo is hard. Ronaldo's hard? I don't know. I do dislike when people don't acknowledge how physically gifted Ronaldo is, but I hear you. He is physically gifted. He's a great athlete. And I think the greater of an athlete you are, the more your physical decline will affect you if you don't find other ways to truly affect the game. I will look at him as a maximizer of his gifts than an underdog. Steph's career actually feels way more silver spoon than LeBron's, not gonna lie. I guess I'm not you know what? I didn't account for Del Curry. I forgot about Del Curry being in the league. There might have been a little bit of nepotism in there. But I guess my only point is that he's not particularly super big, fast, and athletic, and he's kind of like just skill and ball handling. But I'm not really a big Steph guy myself, so it's not really me. It's not really me, whatever. But yeah, I hear you though. I hear you. I'm trying to think of. I mean, we've been doing these streams for a while, so I've talked about a lot of different things. But I do want to say that I'm disappointed in France, and sometimes when I tweet stuff about France that's negative, listen to me. I actually watched this team. I knew they were shaking in the back, and I know how this team could just get complacent at any given point. And I think ultimately they ended up this World Cup campaign with a whimper, not a bang. But credit to Olise, World Cup assist leader. I think he had more than Pele, even though he played one extra game than Pele technically. But I think he had tied it. I don't know, whatever. But shout out to Olise. But I don't think people realize how Olise dependent this team was, and I did. I did slowly, and it was kind of the Paraguay game that shown me that, where he's kind of the major connector from defense to offense. And when he is effectively not playing as well or shut down, the team doesn't play the same. I think in that Spain game, I would have subbed in Ryan Cherokee a little bit earlier. I get it. I know you want to ride with Elise. I get how great his season has been, but I would have tried something different, a little bit more creative, a little bit earlier in the game against Spain. But Mbappe was the leading goal scorer with 10, and I think he had the most goal contributions with 14. But I do want to say that, especially at one point, the Golden Boot race was very entertaining. You had Haaland in the mix, Harry Kane, Jude, Vinny, Dembele, Mbappe, Messi. Like, that was exciting. That was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, I think at one point I knew it was okay. It's really just between Messi and Mbappe now, especially after Haaland lost when he lost. But man, that was fun. I hope to see a Golden Boot. I wish they would emphasize assists as much as they emphasize goals too, and whatnot. But that was dope to see. That Spanish defense is terrifying, and I gotta say this: what's his name? De La Fuente. He's a very good manager, and I don't know if you guys know this, but he's very tapped into Spain, like Spanish football in general. Like, he's coached like the under 19s, 17s. Like, he knows the up and coming players, La Masia players, all of those things. So I think because he's got a grip, like he's at the top now with senior players, but he knows who's up and coming and things like that. And if you watch also like the women's football, the Spanish players are doing really well too. The women also won the World Cup. And if you're even more tapped in, Spain even won in the 2024 Paris Olympics against France. Like, the entire Spanish national team, whatever system that's happening in Spain right now, it's very strong. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won another Euros or did very well in the next Euros or Nations League, whatever the next major tournament they're in happens to be. And I think he did excellent with his substitutions. And he took risk. I didn't think you would see Pedri on the Pedri I'm thinking of? Pedri on the bench? Was he I'm thinking of? I think so. Like, he took ballsy risks that I could respect too. Like, I kind of want to give him credit. I think Luis de la Fuente kind of outcoached everybody for the most part, or at least really understood his team, his players, the tactics and style of play they wanted to play, and stayed within that, taking off certain players, putting on certain players, and making certain substitutions. And ultimately, they were the most team-oriented squad. A lot of teams depended on star names, star recognitions, and individual moments of brilliance. And Spain didn't really rely on that. They kind of really played a team game, and this is a team sport. And ultimately, Seirin beat Tol Gakuen. Ayomine lost to team play, if you will. You know, so I gotta give credit where credit is due, even though I don't like them like that. I don't know if I say Ronaldo's physically gifted. If anything, I say Ronaldo's body is actually the embodiment of hard work. Hold on, sorry. Of hard work. Physically gifted with someone like Zidane or Pogba, in my opinion. Them strong, tall midfielders or Conte. That stamina is a gift from God, and you can't gym that stamina. I get what you're saying. I think what I was thinking of was his speed. He was always very fast. Even as a youngster, he was a pretty fast player, so his speed was probably God-given. But you're right, he was really skinny, but obviously he couldn't eat a lot. He was very poor, so his nutrition played into that. But I think he has good genes. I don't think you can be truly unathletic and train yourself to be athletic. I think all you can do is take your poor stats and maximize them. So I still think he was a talented athlete, but maybe not as gifted as like a LeBron James or something like that. Sorry, off topic. Did you see Avengers Doomsday's trailer? I'm so out of MCU. It didn't even tickle my balls. I'm not seeing that movie. I also read the leak plot. Sounds like an awful script. I haven't even seen Supergirl, buddy. I know. I'm so tapped out of like. It really and truly, if it's not the absolute universe stuff, I don't really give a fuck right now. Like the only superhero stuff I care about. And as far as superhero films, I just want to see the last Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse film. That's all I really care about. So I feel you. Yeah, watch the video on Luis de la Fuente. Big ups to him. Yeah, shout out to him. His fast twitch and power strikes need a genetic base, but he definitely maximized it. That Kukurea cat meme will haunt France for years to come. He played well. Try the Kukurea. I fully hear you. You can definitely train your fast twitch though. I want to ask this earlier, but the World Cup music Dia Dia grow on you? To me, it's my favorite World Cup music by far. Maybe it's the Shakira magic working for me on me. I won't lie to you. I don't even know if I remember the song like that. I wasn't really like. I won't lie to you. Like, I just watch the games. Like, I don't really care about like the songs to that degree and like the stuff around it. Like, it's to the point where like I don't even really watch the pregame show. Like, once the match starts, I turn the game on. I don't even listen to the national anthems. I don't want to hear the national anthems either. Like, that's me. I literally just watch the 90 to 120 minutes. Waka Waka A, I think is 2010. I forgot what the new one is called. I know. USA had some song too, but I won't lie to you. I just listen to like the songs that some artist makes for different nations, like Maia, whatever for like Portugal and Brazil, and like Veggie Dream for France and Cristallo for France and stuff like that. But I'll go listen to Dia Dia after. This is why I say the Spanish style is the right mixture of Brazilian flair and the top players with the cohesion of Germany. I compare fast twitch Conqueror to Conqueror's hockey. You either have it or you don't, but if you do have it, then it's on you to get the advanced version. Nah, the World Cup music here is trash. FIFA doesn't really promote music like that, but Wave Your Flag from South Africa, World Cup was bigger. To be honest, I only watched I Show Speed song because I was surprised it was even a thing. I Show Speed has a song? I didn't know that. I'm afraid not, bro. I know for a fact Naya was standing with an arm on his chest for the Canadian national anthem. I'll actually have you know two things. One, I don't know the Canadian national anthem in English. Two, I hate our national anthem is trash. I don't want to hear that shit either. When the pregame is over and I just want to see the game. I don't want to see you sing. I don't want to see you pan to a celebrity. I just want to watch the football match, brother. I actually don't like our national anthem, and I don't know it in English. I can't. If someone was like Naya, sing the national anthem of Canada in English or you die. I am meeting Satan. I'm going to meet Satan. Like, I'm seeing him in that day. What's up? I only know the Ghana national anthem because after US. Fair enough. I respect it. What's happening? Side note: Odyssey movie of the year, but let's stay focused. That's the new. My girl wants to see it. Especially after her reading Circe, she's I guess in like a Greek mood to some degree or whatever. I'm not as high on Christopher Nolan as other people are, but I'll probably watch it at some point. But we'll see. Because I think Oppenheimer, Dunkirk, and a couple other ones I've seen, like they're good movies, but they're not really my cup of tea like that. It's not really me. But again, don't take what I'm saying too seriously. I'm not a film guy. I'm not a cinemaphile. I'm not a cinema guy. Like, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Hot take: I think Nolan movies are overrated. Go in IMAX, bro. You'll be missing out if not. I got VIP tickets for IMAX and stuff. We'll probably end up using them this week to go watch it. Probably on Friday I'll end up seeing it with her. So yeah, Christopher Nolan does too much Nolaning for me. Why did that make perfect sense to me? That made perfect sense to me. That's funny as hell. And the only reason I know my country's anthem is because from elementary to high school, all the students are required to sing it every morning. Your Pledge of Allegiance or whatever thing it was, which I thought was weird. Listen, I hate the national anthem so much, I used to come to school late purposely just to miss it. I don't want to stand for it. I don't want to sing for it. I don't want to take my hat off for it or my do-rag off for it or whatever out of respect. I don't give a fuck. Did you see that the Batman Part 2 got delayed again? I did see that actually, I think, to like 2028. Apparently there's some rumors that behind the scenes James Gunn is kind of stepping on Matt Reeves' universe of Batman. He wants either him to join the universe that he's creating or to kind of get out the way. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've seen some rumblings about that, so yeah. Funny enough, I also wasn't moved by Oppenheimer, and everyone who loves Odyssey also loves Oppenheimer, so I'm next to see it. I had no plans on seeing it. I didn't even know it was a thing. My girlfriend literally brought it up this morning, and I'm like, well, I guess we're doing that. Let's take the football chat before these Nolan comments make me crash out. Listen, he has a lot of great films. I think the Dark Knight trilogy is solid as hell. That's crazy. I'm already drawing a blank. Didn't he do Inception? Inception is Nolan, right? And Inception is actually one of my all-time favorite films. I'm pretty sure he did Inception. That's a great fucking movie. That's a great... I loved... I haven't seen it in years. I probably haven't seen it since like 2011 or something, but I remember absolutely adoring that film. It's for me. It's that I feel like it's like how I feel about James Cameron. I'm not even calling him a bum or a bad director. Just like you guys don't think you have his meat a little bit too down your throat? Like pull it out a little bit. Like get some airway, a little bit of airway in there. That's all I'm saying. And then like. You have like the pretentious cinemaphiles that want to seem like they're so fucking brilliant and smart and hip and with it. So they have to like, yeah, man, the way Nolan's cinematography and the establishing shot that he had, like, all right, man. You're just saying buzzwords. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I can see through your BS. But we'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. The Batman clears the F out of the Dark Knight trilogy. Inception is my favorite from Nolan. Same. And I still think the Batman Begins is the best of the trilogy in my opinion. I hate Nolan fans. They suck it too much. That pause after saying the Dark Knight trilogy was mad funny. I'm like, shit. I like, damn it. I'm drawing a blank. I feel about Nolan how I feel about Berserk in a way where I get it, but you guys are still doing too much. I understand that. Like, you could take it too far. Like, to me, he's not bad. He's overrated. You're getting too much credit. You're getting more credit than you deserve. Because to me, overrated doesn't mean the thing that I'm talking about or the individual I'm talking about is not good. And then underrated is the same thing. Like, if someone told me they think One Piece is overrated, I'd probably agree with you. I love One Piece. I'm a One Piece guy. But do I think a lot of fans take it too far and give Oda way more credit than he deserves? He's the foreshadowing Goda level foreshadowing. Yes, it's too... like I said, it's down your trachea. Take it out. Get some airway in there. And then some things are underrated. And underrated doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's not getting as much credit as it is. You can be underrated and still be asked. Yes, that's true too. Overrated doesn't mean a bad thing. It means people give too much credit than it needs to be. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. But how did you guys overall, if you had to kind of rank this World Cup, rate this World Cup, like, did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Was this one of your least favorites, more favorites? Is it somewhere in the middle? Like, how do you guys feel about the World Cup? Fairy Tail's a prime example, actually. It's not good, but I do think it's overhated. That's fair. It's not good, though. I'm not a Fairy Tail hater myself, but I'm not an enjoyer either. Like, how do you guys feel about it? Because I actually would argue that a lot of the knockout stage matches weren't very exciting to me. I think a lot of teams got very... as they do in knockout football, but I think a lot of them got very cagey and conservative. Low block, 5 in the back, park the bus. And I don't know that I love that. I still think probably, in my opinion, you might not agree with me. I do think Capo Verde in Argentina was one of the best knockout games for sure. Then I'd probably go England, Mexico. And after that, I don't know that there's a game that really stands out to me because I'm good at admitting, hey, a team that I care is playing, so I have emotional investment, but I get if you're a neutral, this is not an exciting game for you. Like, I was locked in Canada versus South Africa. That probably isn't an exciting game if you're a neutral. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Did I like it mostly because Canada won? Absolutely. But I get it. Not exciting for a neutral. Senegal, Belgium, I didn't think was bad, but Senegal actually pissed me off. I'm so fucking mad at them. So, yeah. The matches I watched, I did enjoy, but I could understand the hardcore fans not liking it much. I liked a lot of the group stage matches for the most part. I only think Curaçao really, and was it Austria? Panama or something, or Paraguay. Some team scored 0 goals, and maybe Curaçao was one match against Germany. But I even thought most of the smaller minnows, whatever you want to call them, showed up to play. I have a lot of respect for Haiti. They didn't go up like some bitches the way Scotland did. They went out like, we're gonna play real football, attacking football, and win, lose or draw. We'll go home with our heads held high. I respect that. Scotland, I think, went out with absolutely pussy. They didn't try. They just didn't want to lose games. I don't respect that. I actually had a conversation with someone yesterday about it, and my conclusion is that there was a lot of great games, but the games of the two teams who got to the finals weren't that good, so it soured my thoughts on this World Cup. I do think that the two finalists, a lot of their games weren't, I don't know. I don't dislike the Egypt game, I guess. I didn't watch all of the Switzerland game, especially after Mbolo did what he did, so I can't. Side note. What's his name? Johan Manzambi? The kid from Switzerland who got hurt, who's on Aston Villa now. I'm kind of rooting for him. I kind of like bro. I'm hoping that he gets I think he has a lot of room to grow. I think he needs a lot of more technical polishing and skill polishing. Definitely reminds me of about 14. Very speed and pace oriented and enough speed to get away with not always having the best touch, but I'm rooting for that kid. I like him. I like what he showed me, especially against Canada and some other teams. I can't remember the guy who scored that screamer from Capo Verde there with the braids, and he ran to his girlfriend. I can't remember his name. Not coming to me right now. I don't know why. Cause I know Vozinha ended up being the Capo Verde they faced, but him too. I don't know where he plays, but I hope he yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 if I had to rate it. I probably wouldn't go higher than a 7. I wouldn't go lower than a 6.5, but I still think ultimately most of the games were solid to enjoyable. Sorry, now I have a power scaling question, so I have a power question. Maybe use it for Avengers Doomsday. How does Thor and Doctor Doom fight in comics? Who usually wins between those two? Thor is to keep it simple. Like, Thor is stronger than Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom is smarter than him. I'm about to say, I'm trying to think of how. I don't think they fought that many times. I'm thinking like Ultimate Marvel, Ultimate Alliance. I know he took Odin's power. I think in Secret Wars or something. I feel like he's fought Odin more than he's fought Thor. I don't know how often they fight. And to be honest, my Marvel knowledge is getting worse by the year. Because I haven't really read many Marvel comics or watched many Marvel movie and consumed much Marvel media in quite some time. but I could find out for you. But the way Doom would win was by outsmarting him because Doom is brilliant, and with his suit, his knowledge of magic and science, and again the mind, he could beat Thor. He could beat pretty much anybody. He's beaten like Galactus and all kinds of crazy people, Odin, all kind of crazy stuff too, right? So, but from just a power set standpoint, Thor is stronger. But Thor, for a long time, was Marvel's fall guy to show that the new threat is credible. So they'd have Thor lose to like Ingus Dingus, the new bad guy on the scene. Who did he beat? Thor. Oh, they used to use Thor like that a lot. My reason question is because in the new Avengers trailer, Doctor Doom stopped full power Thor with a charged up Stormbreaker with his fingers. I don't know how to feel about that. I see so many feats from Thor and all the time in comics. Well, put it this way: it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're not consistent. They have their own internal power system and logic, and they do things their own way. So don't take it too seriously when it comes to the MCU specifically. That probably wouldn't happen in the comics unless Doom had some enhanced super glove on or something of that nature. But yeah, Thor is stronger, but Victor Von Doom has a brilliant mind, even though he's one of the most egotistical niggas of all time. Did I just take out the wrong thing? But yeah. You're also taking a lot of liberties. Like isn't the person who's playing Doom, isn't it Robert Downey Jr.? I don't know what they're doing over there, man. But they're not cooking. True, I like Thor from most Marvel, and they make Hulk and Thor look like low-level heroes. I wish MCU could really show how nasty Thor and Hulk was. Yeah, they don't make Thor or Hulk look as powerful as they should be in the MCU, but they actually, what they do to me is they downplay the strength of the heavy hitters, and then they upscale the strength of the humans. Like, I love T'Challa and Captain America and Bucky and stuff, but they be doing a lot in them films. And like, with all due respect, Captain America is not strong enough to just pull a web from Spider-Man and be like, I'm from Queens. You're from Brooklyn? I'm from Queens. This nigga pulled a helicopter. I'm like, you guys know that Captain America is not superhuman, right? He is peak human, the tip top of how great you can be physically as a human being without leaning into the supernatural realm. And if you are running with Black Panther, who actually is enhanced because of Bast and the herb and everything, you're not catching that man. Bucky, I don't know what's going on, but just understand that in the MCU they do their own thing, and you have to just accept it for what it is. But I understand your confusion. But yeah. Low-key, Dr. Doom is what would happen if Cristiano Ronaldo's gift was intelligence instead of athleticism. Don't kill me. I see. Okay. So he's an Olympic athlete at their peak? Essentially. Is what he's supposed to be. Unless something changed in the last few years. Maybe the super soldier serum now makes him superhuman. If that's changed, then I apologize. But like, essentially what he should be able to do is run maybe a bit faster than Bolt, lift more than like the greatest lifter of all time and stuff like that. But it wouldn't be like he ran 100 meters in 4 seconds. It would be like he ran 100 meter in 8.78 or to 9 seconds. You know what I mean? That's how I would see it at the very least, but whatever. My final question for everybody here is, what is your biggest takeaway from the 2026 World Cup? Good, bad, or indifferent. And if you have multiple, give them to me. What was your biggest takeaway? If you have one. Why is Pizza texting me, we miss you? Shut up. He might have the body of a mere human, but he has the heart of an American, a freedom patriot who isn't bound by physics or bigotry. I think for me, one is don't let America host again. They had one in 94. They had one in 2026. They're cut off for the rest of my lifetime. Second is I really hate VAR. I cannot stand VAR. Not its existence. That what is done to the offside rule and the inconsistency in which it is used and which it is and how it is used and governed for games and things like that. Governed for games is not a good sentence. That made no sense, but you know what I mean. For me, football is fun, and I should get back to watching more. I won't lie to you. I have been like, I could admit that ever since Ronaldo left Juventus, even when he went back to Manchester United, like Juventus was really like that. I want to say like 2019 is the real year I really religiously from club to international was locked in. I come in spurts. I'm usually there for at least the UCL. I'm there for like international tournaments, but you're right. I should get back to watching it a bit more. But part of it for a while to me was I couldn't like deal with a lot of what was going on. I didn't have players or a player I really liked like that to attach myself to, but I'm gonna try this season to be a little bit more tapped into from the club standpoint. Prem, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga. I actually do like the Portuguese league. Is it Premier Liga? Liga is what they call it? Premier Liga. I want to watch more of that. I want to get back into watching like the Asian Cup when it's back, because I'm still trying to figure out how Qatar won that shit. With Japan being there, I need to see that. Definitely gonna be super rooting for Cabo Verde in the next AFCON. I don't even watch the Euros every year. I didn't watch the Euros where Italy won. Like, Euros not even a tournament that always moves me. And I've technically only watched 2 nation leagues from start to finish. The year Ronaldo first got it, I think in 2019, I only caught the last 2 rounds. I did watch the majority of it this year. And when did Didier Deschamps win it with France? That was another year I saw the majority of it. But I don't take the Nations League too seriously. But at the end of the day, you're competing for a trophy. Won it with Inshallah power. Those Japanese commies couldn't handle it. Nah, the Japanese Shinto gods have failed them. VAR. I think it's VAR and the old guard has to go. Yeah. So I was just the hot take, right? And as much as Messi is still played decently, I mean, I think he's getting a little bit overglazed, but playing like Ronaldo and Messi to me, and people like LeBron, like retire, get out, let the new generation really come in and flourish so we can just fully move on. I'm kind of tired of LeBron sticking around the NBA. I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of talking about him. There's nothing he can do in my eyes to help his legacy or whatever the case may be. And personally speaking, I can't speak for you guys, but I think I'd care about my averages more than I would care about my counting numbers. And what I find that those two are doing, similar to what happened with Kobe's last 3 years, is you're ruining your averages and your averages because of something you're trying to prove that, I don't know, you can beat Father Time or whatever. Like, Kobe's overall field goal percentage average plummeted because of those last few years. And so did Ronaldo's like goal per game ratio wasn't the best when he started. Then when he finally became clinical, was insane. And I think these later years are also ruining his overall averages a little bit. So I'm like, Is it more important to have a good overall goal contribution average to you, or just having the counting stats, 1,000 goals? I think it's admirable that he wants to score 1,000. I hope he gets there in the next season, but I think next year should probably be Ronaldo's last. I think Messi should play like 1 or 2 more years and call it quits. I wouldn't be shocked if Messi tries. I don't know when's the next Copa America, in a year or two. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go for a third one or whatever, but I think it's time for a lot to hang it up, man, for real. Luka Modric is another one too. Ochoa. Like, mad respect to all of you. Like, you've showcased a longevity and a competitive spirit and love for the game that no one could take away from you. But hang it up, man. I'm tired of seeing you niggas walk around the goddamn pitch. I am. It doesn't move me with. See, my problem with this, I keep the same energy. I'm not trying to see Perisic, Modric, Ronaldo, Messi, whoever else is old, walk around the pitch. That doesn't move me. The modern game requires your striker to also have defensive responsibilities and press. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're not at minimum of 40 a goal season scorer, you don't get the right to not press. You have to score minimum 40 per season. Because I'm not running for your ass. I'm not doing it. Maybe I'm an asshole, but I'm not doing it. But, yeah. LeBron is too good to retire, to be honest. I don't agree with that. Your point is that his decline from someone for his age isn't as crazy as it should be. Understandable. But I just don't think he... I hate doing this. So I apologize for doing this, because I hate when pundits and journalists and the media does this to players. But part of me feels like he's scared to move on from basketball. This is all he's ever known. Part of me feels similar about Ronaldo, and these guys are billionaires with all kinds of businesses and whatever acumen, whatever. Like Kobe showed you, I could create and write, and I have my path after whatever. My body can no longer do what my mind wants it to do. I love basketball. Here, I gave you 20 years. I'm out of here. Some players, I don't think they know what to do with themselves, because we really think about it, right? From the streets of Madeira, he never even finished school. He just started playing football full time after he threw a chair at his teacher for mocking his accent and calling him poor. Like, he breathed, ate, shat football his entire life. Messi, very similar. Moved to Spain at 13, bro. Growth hormone defect. Ronaldo had the heart thing too, right? Like, I know that LeBron played football, like American football, but also I don't know. Like, I have not in any capacity. I don't enjoy watching old LeBron play. I hate watching it. It's not sexy. It's not smooth. It's slow. It's like, as a ball knower, it's savvy. It's wisdom. It's IQ. It's experience. But it doesn't get me out my seat in any way. But that's how I felt about LeBron his entire Laker tenure. I didn't like him as a Laker. I just don't. Kobe was just a genius who chose to use it on basketball, while LeBron is a basketball genius. I get what you mean. Yeah. So, anywho, we'll see where he ends up. He was definitely waiting for the World Cup to end so we can get the spotlight again and choose where he's gonna go. So we'll see what happens. But I hope everybody enjoyed the World Cup. I hope the nations and players that you supported at least got far or did well. I am proud of Canada. I'm still mad at Jamaica for not making it. Jamaica, next World Cup, please. Lock in. France ultimately disappointed me. And then, yeah. Those are really my teams. So, yeah. I hope Canada can qualify for the next World Cup. I think they will. Especially with the expanded format. I think they will. But need Davies to be healed and healthy. So that's about all I got to say about the 2026 World Cup in Canada, USA, Mexico. and I will be there in person in Spain and Portugal. I don't know if I'm gonna be in Morocco, but probably be in Spain and Portugal for sure. I've already started. I think I told you guys after the Steam machine ended up being like $1,500, and I was already saving up for it. I said, you know what? I'm going to turn this into my World Cup money for 2030. So I'm already starting to save for the World Cup. So I'll probably be in Portugal and Spain, Lisbon, Madeira, wherever. I want to see Barcelona. I want to see Madrid. You didn't expect that abbreviation. That's funny, but hey man, that CUM baby. Hey man, why don't you guys come to the 2026 World Cup, Canada, USA, Mexico. You guys gonna come through, bro. I promise you guys, starting tomorrow, I will be a regular person. You will go to Morocco to finally find a wife there. I can't lie to you. Moroccans got some fire. They got some fire. Portuguese women and Spanish women, we already know, but Moroccans got some fire. For sure they do. Thank you guys for listening. This is the last. I probably am going to make a smaller, more condensed World Cup video for the other channel for Young Paperwork, but I've said everything will be coming over there. This is definitely the last World Cup stream I'm going to have for a while, or whatever the case may be. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. Tomorrow, Kubera, we're back to our regular scheduled program for things and whatnot. And yeah. Well, trust me, I know. I got burned by that fire a few times. Well, I was a whore, so I never committed. Anyways, you guys be safe. A banger for the main channel. I think I might put this on the main, honestly. But yeah. All right, y'all. We will be back tomorrow, and then we're gonna be playing some games. We're bringing gaming back to Paperwork Hams. I'm like, what is this channel called again? Paperwork Hams. Y'all be safe. Peace.